All right, who is ready to learn how to file some taxes? We're going to start today with single tax returns, meaning it's going to be a W-2 for one person at a time. And we are going to do 3 of these. So to get ready for the assignment, please click on the single filer's assignment to open up the slides and click on slide 3. This is where our first W-2 lives. Then open up this digital tax form and this tax table. These are the actual links to the IRS for the real forms in real life. And we are going to need 3 of these digital tax forms for the total of 3 that we're doing. So 1, 2, 3 to have those ready. And then we need this tax table, the other link open as well. So this first person we're going to be filing a return for is Erin Hills at 92 McAllister Street in San Francisco. Notice that we get her name and address here and are given a social security number in the box below. And it shows that the wages tips are $16,500. So we're going to go now into the form. This is called a 1040 form. We're going to click single for this single person who we're filing for. And you're just going to start filling in the information from the W-2. Her name is Erin Hills. Her fake social, if you go back and look at it, okay, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the joint return box is going to be left blank because there is no other person. And it said that she lived at 92 McAllister. And so this is coming right here under her name, 92 McAllister Street, San Francisco, 94103. No apartment number. Okay, we don't have to put a foreign country name. That would be if somebody was a U.S. citizen working for a U.S. company but living abroad. We aren't doing that. And we don't have to check any of this presidential election campaign. We are no on digital assets like Bitcoin. No one can claim us as a dependent, and we were not born before January 58, and we are not blind. We also have no dependents, so the entire top section of the tax return is left blank. Next, we just read the lines to see what they want. Box 1 from the W-2. So to fill out line 1A, we go back to the W-2 and we find box 1. So we see here that box 1 is the wages, tips, and other compensation. That's $16,525. And the crazy thing is that most people don't have these other types of incomes or anything that we need to put on this return here. So it makes this really easy. So we're going to get all the way down to line 1Z. And since all of those middle boxes are not filled in, they're all 0, it says to add line 1A through 1H. Well, 0 plus 16,525 cents is just that. Then it says any tax exempt interest qualified. We don't have any of this stuff. Most people don't, maybe not until retirement. Capital gain or loss, that's only if you have purchased or sold something at a gain or a loss. Well, we're just a single person who hasn't done that yet. And then again, it says to add lines 1Z to be blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of zeros. So again, 16,525 is the same number I put there. Finally, it's another 0 here from any adjustments to income. And then it says to subtract 10 from 9. So again, we have the same number put on all 4 of these spots. So look to make sure you've got those 4. Then line 12, if you look left, there's a bubble that flows out of the 12, and it's telling us that for a single person, the standard deduction is $12,950. I go ahead and put $12,950. This number does change year to year, so you're always going to want to look on this form and see what the new standard deduction is. And here comes the hardest math we have to do on our tax return. It's called subtracting. Line 15 says to subtract line 14 from line 11. So 16,500.25 minus 12,950. By the way, if you have not earned at least 12,950, you're going to get a negative number there on accident, and that's because you didn't even earn the minimum needed to file a return. And so you do not need to file your taxes if you didn't make 12,950, the amount of the standard deduction. Why would I file my taxes then if I didn't make $12,950? Well, if the government withheld any money, I can get that money back. So you should still file your taxes to get some money back if you did. Anyways, back to Erin Hills. We have a tax amount now at the bottom on line 15 of $35.50 and 25 cents. Now is the moment I go look this up on the tax table. To get line 16, the amount of my tax, I need to go to the tax table. So I'm going over here to look up $35,550. I go to the 3,000 box. I look up $35,550, and I notice it occurs on two lines. Well, the top row is when it's less than $35.50, and the bottom row is when it's at least $35.50. I follow it across to the single column, and I see that my tax amount is $358. So I'm looking single column, look across my row, and I see my tax amount is $358. So I go put that amount right here. Again, there's a lot of things that don't apply to me. Add lines 16 and 17. Well, 0 plus that equals just that. Add 19 and 20. And then 22 is to subtract 0 from 358. Okay. And then again, there's another 0, and this is your total tax. So notice again, most of us are just going to have the same number there applying on all. Now this line comes from our W-2. I'm going to go back and see how much tax was withheld, and I see that it's $2,097.54. So again, where did that come from? It came from the federal tax withheld box on my W-2. Add that to nothing, so 2097.54 shows up again. And again, when I don't have any of these other lines. And so the same number 358 shows up here a lot of times. The same number, my amount withheld, shows up 3 times. Now is the fun part. I was withheld $2,097, but I only owe $358. So that means the government owes me money back. I paid too much. So I grab my calculator again, 2097.54 minus the $358, and I get a refund amount of $1739.54. The refund amount goes in line 34 and line 35A. And then I say, checking account, please deposit to my wonderful checking, fake number, routing number, and account number. And then you need to sign this return and date it for it to be validated. So since we're helping Erin Hills sign this, or pretending we're Erin Hills, I should say, we're going to go down and sign Erin Hills' name. Let's see if it lets me sign with my mouse. No. Oh, wait. I don't know if you have this capability on yours, but you guys are probably doing this on paper. Oh, that was a highlighter. Now let's try this. Oh, I don't think it's letting me. Anyways, you're going to go ahead here and sign and date 4/3/23, and then put your occupation. Well, let's maybe think that she is a nurse's assistant because she works. It says here that she works at Arden Home, so maybe it's a nursing home. Okay, so with a sign, signature, and a date on this, this is a fully completed tax return, and you're able to turn it in. I'm going to pause the video now and go to do the second and third returns in a separate video.